Let's go, Rider Nation.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah, here we go. It's a feeling now. Get 'em high, get 'em low, 'cause we're dealing now. Everybody's giving it all they got, 'cause we're ready.
Welcome to the Piffles podcast, your Saskatchewan Roughriders fan podcast. Thanks for joining us here this week on blustery, snow-filled day here in Saskatchewan. Hopefully it's the last blast of winter.
It's not. You know it's not.
No,
How long have you lived here for, Alex? Come on.
too damn long.
Ferlin said the same thing at work today, and I laughed at him.
Ferlin has been known to say some dumb things.
In fact,
Like,
why we call it this podcast?
Thanks for joining us here, wherever you get your podcasts, watching on potentially YouTube. The live stream, we're not sure exactly how that's going.
It's working on my end. I just checked it. So
Because apparently YouTube went down. X, who the hell knows with X going on? And of course, Facebook. That one seems to work all the time. So we're watching later on SaskTel Max TV on demand. We appreciate it. Piffles podcast is brought to you by Dairy Queen on Elphinstone Street and Sask Drive in Regina. We're also proud to be sponsored by Kathy Festian of Royal LePage Next Level, Churchill Brewing Company, District 306, Regina's tactical laser tag experience, Bigfoot Vodka, and Creasy's Premium Home Leisure Jacuzzi Spas. And with that, I was in Moose Jaw last week. We went to the spa. Those the thermal pools and everything, really, really nice. Just thinking about getting one of those jacuzzi spas from Creasy's right now. In the snow outside, man, that'd be really nice right now.
hot tubbing in the winter is the best time to hot tub.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All with close second. But yes.
Minus 20 and a good snowfall, and you're out in the hot tub? Yes, please.
Greg, we discussed this. You know what's coming. Big weekend here. Long weekend, obviously. Family Day weekend just happened, so lots of people off. All the kids off school. Lots of people off work this week. Valentine's Day this past week. Pal-entine's Day for one of us here at the Piffles podcast. Steve, happy anniversary.
Steve, what's up, man? This is Chris Strother here, coming to you live from Fremantle, Australia. So I'm here at the Airbnb. But look, I just got a message from Greg and Alex. They wanted me to shoot you a quick message and congratulate you on hitting your 100,000th download on Podbean for your podcast. That's a heck of an accomplishment. Maybe if all the cards align, I'd love to come on, be a guest, chat it up with you for 5-10 minutes, talk about some football, talk about CFL, NFL, whatever you want, man. But I just want to say, Steve, congratulations. And also, thank you for being such a big supporter and fan of the CFL and myself personally. I think it's a great league. I think there's a ton of great talent up there. And I just don't think it gets the respect it deserves. So I'll be the first advocate down in the States to continue to get eyes on the CFL, telling them how great of players there are out there, how great of people, all of that, man, yourself included. So again, thank you, Steve, for your support of me, the CFL, and congratulations again on your 100,000th download of your podcast. Keep it going, man.
And for the record, I could have done the full screen, but I realized that people need to see Steve's reaction every time we play that.
That worked out perfect. I like that it covered me up.
Yeah.
This is a family-friendly show, so I'm just going to say Mark Kennedy knows exactly what I want to say right now.
Happy anniversary, Steve.
Thanks,
still
guys.
The best. I won't say how much it costs, but still the best.
I said it online. It cost us $60. It's the best $60 we ever spent.
We took 20.
I can't even argue that. For pure value, you guys have gotten your money's worth.
And I got to give Strevler credit. He got us that thing the next day. Immediately in our email. I'm like, oh, yeah, if we're lucky, we might have it before. Not this episode coming up, but the next one. And
it was the off-season. It wasn't like he was practicing his throwing game.
I don't think it really does that during the season.
He would be practicing his throwing game.
At a wedding in Australia, on a different continent, the guy just delivers.
That was whose wedding? Because DT told us whose wedding that was when we talked to him about
He was
it.
a player, right? Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? He just got cut from Hamilton. Was in Winnipeg. No, not Takarsky.
I don't know.
Whatever. Receiver who doesn't play there anymore. Anyway.
No, I'm trying to think who that is. I'm glad you had a great weekend with remembering that. Thanks to us
it was
tagging you in
delightful.
every social media post possible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, thanks for that.
yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
But we are here to talk Saskatchewan Roughriders football. Not a lot to talk about, but some really interesting things to talk about. Let's jump to it. Time for the opening kickoff. Opening kickoff presented by Kathy Festian of Royal LePage Next Level. Signings for the Riders. Only 3 since we were doing the show last week, but one that's really, really interesting. And when I saw it, I went, whoa, okay, here we go. That, of course, was American offensive lineman Jason Williams.
Oh, 100%.
Like the
Like
former
whenever you
player.
can get, when you can get any Jay Will, like Jay Will is a top notch
Yeah.
portmanteau. Yeah, you got Jay Will.
The guy was in the NBA for how many years? Sure, that translates to football, especially on the offensive line. Makes sense. You're used to blocking out for rebounds.
Hey, Matt O'Donnell tried. He tried, and
What
he
up?
became one of the best turnstiles we've ever seen in this league.
That 1 year in Edmonton, he was really good though.
And, blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
And then he went full Charles Thomas. No, the one obviously we're talking about, running back Darrell Henderson Jr. For our NFL fans, fantasy football fans, raise your hand if you had Darrell Henderson Jr. on a fantasy league at some point. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Formerly of the Los Angeles Rams, was there twice actually.
Yep.
Minor injuries, nothing major. They were all at the end of the season that kept him out for the final couple games. Has a Super Bowl ring when they beat the Bengals. Dude had a lot of speed and looked really good. He was their starter for 2 seasons, basically. Only 28 years old. I thought he'd be a little bit older than that. Looked it up. Oh, wow. He's 2 years younger than AJ Ouellette. So let's talk about this. This is pretty interesting. Obviously, AJ Ouellette, incumbent starter. Or is he? Well, that's going to be 31 this upcoming season. Showed no signs of slowing down last year. Had a very solid year. Obviously was, second in the league in rushing. The body transformation that he had last offseason made him a little bit faster. And the way that they used him to get to the outside a little bit more in 2025, going off tackle instead of just, up the A gap every time, seemed to work well for him. So what does this mean for AJ Ouellette? Does that all of a sudden make this a true battle in training camp? Or is there a potential that we could possibly get them both on the roster and see some sort of 1-2 punch?
I think this is more a question about Mario Anderson Jr. than AJ Ouellette. I think it's going to be hard to displace AJ unless he comes in for some reason banged up that we're not aware of. Henderson Jr., yeah, he's got the pedigree. I think he's the guy you can, unless he absolutely balls out during preseason, I think he's a guy you can hide on your practice roster. I don't see too many teams tripping over themselves for a guy they could have got the last 2 years. He hasn't played since 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And he only played 4 games in 2023. So he's been on the shelf essentially for 2 years plus. So that being said, the videos of him, like after this signing, I went and located videos of him, seeing, like, going over social media. Dude looks ready to play. He's been training really hard for his comeback. I think this is going to be better than Trent Richardson signing. This is more like a McKnight signing to me. This is another guy who wants another shot at the NFL, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get there.
You cannot compare this to, my God, my mind went blank. The older guy, Jesus, he literally just said his name.
Trent Richardson.
Thank you. Oh, I need a nap.
That was like
Apparently,
5 seconds ago.
I know. My mouth started moving and my brain stopped. It happens regularly. Get used to it. You guys should be used to it. 350 episodes in. No, it's not a Trent Richardson signing. This is definitely more of the Joe McKnight. This is a guy at 28 years old. He still has a shot to get back down south.
Does he?
I can't see. Absolutely, he does. If
Really?
he comes up here and lights it up, I could see him getting a look at 29, 30. You're not talking about a long-term look, but he's a guy that's going to give it his all to get that shot. And I could see it happening if he comes in and performs. However, I don't know how he supplants AJ Ouellette. He would have to have the training camp of his life or be coming in at that rookie minimum, which I'm curious on that. As a guy who's already got his NFL pension, if he's signing a deal at rookie minimum. I don't know. It's an interesting signing, and like you said, we all had him on a fantasy roster. We all know what he can do. I didn't think I'd be excited about a running back battle at camp, but here we are.
To answer Steve's question here,
Yeah.
What's the motivation level like? Well, he's already commenting on the Rioter social media going, let's go. So it seems like it's not one of those, where do my agents sign me at? Huh? What? Where? Saskatchewan? Like,
Seems like the guy just wants to get back to playing.
Yeah, which is good. That means he's motivated and ready to go. So I can't wait to see what he brings.
I mean, I'm with you guys in the sense that he probably wants to turn this back into an NFL gig. I can't see that happening.
Oh, no.
Because he would be 30, 31 by the time the next season would roll around.
Yeah.
And I can't see a team signing a 30-year-old running back that hasn't played in the NFL in 3 years at that time, at best. You're looking at almost 4 years.
I think it's also a good sign that he signed here, not with the UFL. Like, I guarantee you they are so hungry for any name talent whatsoever. Like, look at their head coaches. None of them have, like, very few of them have head coaching experience, but they're all former players.
I can't wait because we're going to talk UFL.
Oh, we are. I can't wait for this.
No, let's say Darrell Henderson Jr. has a really good training camp. Well, that makes the team. There's no doubt about that. Does Henderson make the team too? Is that because there's two questions on that. One, would he be willing to take a practice roster spot if the team can't get 2 Americans on the roster? Or is there a way that they can possibly work the ratio to get 2 Americans on the roster, 2 American running backs? And keep in mind, you also still have Thomas Bertrand-Hudon in the mix as well.
I can't see him taking a spot in the practice roster. I think at that point, if it comes down to that, then he does look back at the UFL. It's roster or bust, and I hope it's on the roster. I just for the attention it would bring, let alone the talent level that he has.
Like Vince Young?
Yeah, but this isn't a guy well past his prime. This is a guy at 28 years old. That is the prime age for running backs. That 26 to 29 age range is when you're at your top tier. So he's coming in that gap. You know, this isn't the Trent Richardson, Vince Young try and get noticed down south. This is them signing a guy at the right age who can maybe come in and perform.
And also, you got to think I don't say there's a ton of flexibility, but you have ability to not play a defensive back, an extra American defensive back, or stash that American defensive back on your roster, and then you play the old 1 game injury thing as long as you can until it becomes an issue. There are ways around stashing a guy without putting him on the practice roster. We've seen it. All these GMs know the rules and ins and outs. I think there's a good shot he makes the team and does not make the practice roster if he comes in ready to play.
I just wonder how they can get both of them on the active roster without having to use an injury list to actually have them both play. With the switch that it looks like at kicker, going to an American spot, hopefully potentially even a global spot. A global spot would help out a lot, but if it's going to be an American kicker, there's no way they can get him on the roster too. Like that's
I think it's a long off season before we worry about the kicker spot.
No,
the only way they're getting there is if they go 3 Canadian offensive linemen.
and that's
That,
not
mean,
happening.
that means you're dropping Brammer somewhere, or Brammer's the 6th.
Yeah, that's not happening.
For a team that went 4 Americans at points last year, I don't see them going back to 2.
No.
And that's why safety as a Canadian position is so important.
Mm-hmm. So if he gets to camp, and I hope he has a good one, because I think this guy could be a real asset to the team.
It really reminds me of the McKnight sighting, and that's kind of one of those what ifs. Could have been that following season when McKnight lit it up those last couple of games, and everyone was so excited to see what he could do with a full season under his belt. It just sucks that his life was cut short that following off season.
Yeah. One other signing for the Riders this past week, another defensive back, Tommy's son, James Burgess Jr. Not Tommy's son. I don't think it was. Pretty confident it's not Tom Burgess' son.
It definitely is not.
But another defensive back for the group. Lots of defensive backs coming in.
Former Patriot as well.
Oh, so I already don't like the guy. Cool.
Exactly.
He can go.
Yeah, he won't be around long. Let's put it that way.
So those are the signings for the Riders this last week. Official losses that we saw, that we knew about going into free agency, that happened after we did our show last week. AJ Allen to Ottawa, Malik Carney to Edmonton, Jake Mayer to Ottawa. We all knew that was happening. An interesting one, though, defensive lineman Charbel DeBeer going to Hamilton. I like that move for Hamilton. I like it for DeBeer. I wish he could have made it work here, but I just think the injury over the last that kept him out for basically 2 full seasons just kind of did him in. It's one of those, it's best for both parties if they split, and hopefully he can resurrect his career, because those 4 games that he gave us at the beginning of 2024, he was an absolute beast out there. And for his sake, I hope he can return to that level. 16 games out of this season.
Yeah, those 4 games, like, he looked like he was ready to go become that all-star that we thought he could be. He was playing great, learning under Micah, and then he just couldn't stay healthy. And that's what we talk about all the time. Your best ability is your availability, and he just could not stay off that IR.
I always liked Charbel DeBeer. I had the chance to give him a ride when I was driving one night, and he was actually a really pleasant dude to just sit and talk to that night. I wish him well. I hope he has, like you said, 16 great games, especially the other 8 against the Western opponents. I hope he goes crazy against those guys, but he's gone.
And I bet you he tipped better than I bet you he tipped better than the Winnipeg Blue Bombers did when you drove them around.
Actually, he did.
Of course he did.
It's not
and
hard to beat nothing.
Yeah, right. And other stuff that we're still waiting on official announcements from what's going on. Jorgen Hughes and Mitch Picton, both free agents. Sounds like Picton's retiring. Wink, wink. I'm not sure why that one hasn't been announced yet, but it doesn't sound like he's coming back. The interesting one is Jorgen Hughes, to me, still mulling whether he wants to play or not. And that is a huge loss for the Riders if he does decide to step away.
You can't fault a career rider for walking away after winning a Grey Cup, but like you said, his loss, you cannot understate his value to this team and to that special teams unit. You know, it's a position that you never hear about unless they do something wrong, and you rarely hear his name.
Unless he's like picking up a fumble or causing havoc on special teams, because he was also very good at coming off that snap.
Known to do that, yeah.
Yep.
So if he does retire, obviously, team's looking for a new long snapper. I know people were on Rider fans were talking about Seth Hundeby from the Huskies because he did that. I'm not sure that's an option, because when you look, you're going to basically take him away from defensive snaps at practice. And I'm not sure you want to do something like that, because the specialists are usually always all together the entire practice. So maybe this is something that the Riders prioritize in the draft coming up. I think even if Hughes does return, it wouldn't be a bad idea to throw a 5th, 6th round draft pick, whatever, something mid to late rounds on a long snapper coming out of a U Sports team.
We've long needed depth at that spot, having had the same guy that was it 2013?
2013 was Corey Hucklack.
Yeah.
I
remember. I know he's our longest serving rider.
He was drafted in 13 by Edmonton, I believe.
Yes,
and then we here in 2015.
Yeah, because he went to St. Louis and Seattle, and then Kansas City, and then here.
So we'll see what goes on with that. I feel that's one of those positions you could probably wait until, hey, a couple weeks before the draft. Are you retiring? Yeah, okay. Let's throw a little bit of focus in our draft preparations on that. But yeah, we'll see what comes of that. But we can get 2 local guys going out on top. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And post football careers, right? If you get a good opportunity, kind of hard to pass that up when you're not making a ton of money in the CFL.
Well, and let's be honest, Jorgen Hughes and Picton, they always say your pro football career at average best is 3 years. They've both got their time in and got to do it in front of their hometown fans and their family.
Mm-hmm. Kicking is going to be a topic this upcoming Sunday. The CFL is having their annual kicking showcase in San Diego. I won't tell you.
Which, of course, is Germans for.
Yeah, I won't tell you what it's German for. If you've seen the movie, you know what it stands for. So this is basically for American free agents, global kickers that could get drafted, that are draft eligible, Canadian kickers that are draft eligible, and also Canadian kickers that are free agents, such as former Rider Campbell Fair is
Campbell wrong way Fair.
Yeah. So the thing is this is probably a pretty important thing that the Riders want to invest some time and money into, because we need a kicker, and I'm sure they'll have one, if not a couple people down at this event. I guess we'll see what comes out of that.
It could be worse. They could have signed they could bring about what's his name from the preseason last year. Was it Dawson Hodge that absolutely shanked the one kick that went directly sideways?
What's his name?
It was Hodge. It was definitely Hodge.
Yeah.
But Fair was the same. Did the exact same thing. I really want to know who Campbell Fair's agent is, because he did himself a service on this one. I can't believe he got an invite to this.
It's that passport, man.
There are other kickers out there that probably could have deserved a shot.
Who could you possibly be?
No, I'm not doing it. Yeah, you're not going to bait me in this one.
I looked at that list and I did not see his name on it.
I know, and then I sent this list to a certain somebody who's probably watching right now, who's probably madder than I am, and I'm probably going to get a text message about it shortly.
Hi, Sheila.
Yeah.
You got to wonder at what point why he's not getting a legitimate shot. He who shall not be named.
But considering also he kicked very well in Hamilton. If what's his name I was drawing a blank on the guy that couldn't kick during the Grey Cup, but actually turned out to be a not bad kicker after they gave him a shot. Who's Hamilton's kicker last year?
Leggio.
Yeah, Leggio. Leggio was one of the better kickers in the league last year, and Eric behind him, even in preseason, was also perfect. So the fact that no one else gave him a look, I have no idea what the hell's going on. But I don't know. I'm looking at this list. There's a lot of Australians, which doesn't shock me. The amount of Americans on here actually surprises me. Why all of a sudden is an American kicker a thing?
You know, looking into next year with the rule changes and the field changing, the guy with the biggest leg,
yeah,
like that's going to be even more important. possibly.
Oh no, I think the guy with the biggest legs will be very important in the UFL.
Which we will talk about. But yeah, we'll see what happens with this kicker thing, and I don't know. We won't hear anything about it, but I bet the Riders are at least taking a kicker in the global draft this year for sure. So this might give them their best look at one of those guys. But that is it for Rider News this week. That is the opening kickoff presented by Kathy Festian of Royal LePage Next Level. I'm looking forward to next week. We're going to do our off-season power rankings. I'm looking forward to that.
The
Breaking
way
news.
too early.
Will be number one.
Yeah, number one's gonna be easy, guys. I'm telling you right now.
Spoiler alert: Ric Flair. Well, let's get to
And at least one of us will have Winnipeg at the bottom.
One? Only one of us?
I said at least.
Nah, the Red Blacks are my permanent bottom, permanently on the bottom for me.
Oh yeah. Until they actually do something about it. Number 1, you know who it is. Number 9, you know who it is.
Yeah,
that's it.
You mean all the guys from the number 1 team isn't a way to get yourself up?
Congrats on winning the offseason. Can't wait you guys put up that banner.
They're getting a piffy for that. Thank you very much.
Oh, they are.
Well, let's get to Remember That Guy, sponsored by District 306, Regina's tactical laser tag experience. Greg, you're going to give us some hints on who you've chosen, who was once a rider, at least once a rider at some point in team history. Give us some hints, and we're going to try and have to guess who it is. So, time to remember that guy. How many Van Stones is it this week?
I think this one's actually going to be pretty easy. I think. We'll put it around 2. We'll put it around 2.
Oh, okay.
And you'll figure out why pretty quickly. Started his post-high school football career with the Holland Hurricanes of the Atlantic Football League. The Atlantic Football League is similar to the CJFL, but actually not a part of the CJFL. So the Atlantic has their own like PFC essentially. After three-peating as a league champ where he was kicker, punter, and DB, he got an invite to the CFL Combine.
Is it Brett Lother?
It is not Brett Lother. I knew the Atlantic thing would mess you guys up on it. Not being signed as a free agent after the Combine, he continued his football career with Carleton. Received another invite to the Combine where he set an East record of 11 foot 1 inch on the broad jump, plus had the best vertical at the National Combine.
That's not it's not Chris Milo, is it?
I was going to say, is it? Yeah, that was my guess.
Was not drafted and signed with the Riders as an undrafted free agent. He is also called Hamilton home. And finally, he gave. It is not. You guys are in the wrong position. He didn't make the podium today, but he gave probably one of the best interviews I've ever seen at the Olympics.
Yeah. Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
Jay Dearborn.
Yes, it is.
Jacob Dearborn.
Jacob Dearborn. Yep.
That interview was fantastic.
I should have grabbed it. I didn't think. But.
Yeah, Jacob Dearborn. Now can you call him professional? Because isn't the Olympics for non-professionals? Isn't it like for the
unless you're playing the NHL or the NBA or apparently NFL or
they didn't hit the
podium. He's a bobsledder now. He's a
bobsledder. Kier Johnson and him and Shaq Murray Lawrence, wasn't it?
Yeah. And Shaq Murray Lawrence's team actually finished better than they did. I'm trying to actually get the Olympic the results right now.
I love how many random CFLers end up as bobsledders. The fact that number is more than 1 is amazing to me.
It's a pretty solid number, actually.
Well, if you think about it, you need guys that are strong and that can like run relatively fast. So that's what most football players are decent at.
Run strong, arm strength, and I don't know.
Shocker of all shockers, Germany swept the 2-man bobsled podium.
Yeah, they did.
Good old gold, silver, and bronze for them. Canada did not get a medal. But...
Yeah. Dig deep to try and actually find Jacob Dearborn's CFL stats because it's all just
Not a lot. And thank you, Genius Sports, because that's another problem trying to find that stuff.
But yeah, he was dig up the old wiki page.
A lot of special teams tackles.
But he looked pretty good, honestly, in his time here. We were looking forward to seeing him take that next step and get some meaningful playing time on defense. He got a little bit, lots of special teams, but we were hoping that he would maybe get into that starting safety spot.
Yeah.
And Aaron, yes, Jesse Lumsden was a Olympic bobsledder.
But he wasn't a rider, so we don't care about him. He's dead to us.
No,
Wow.
The only thing I liked about Jesse Lumsden, he had the mouth guard with the teeth on it, and that always cracked me up.
There you go. Jacob Dearborn, remember that guy. Sponsored by District 306, Regina's tactical laser tag experience. I just want to give a little shout out here to the CFL Fans Fight Cancer 2026 launch party coming up March 7th, Saturday, March 7th at Pump Jack Social Hall in Regina, corner of Albert and 13th, the Cathedral area. 50-50s, raffles, prizes, giveaways, all that kind of stuff. If you want to head out there, please do. I know I'm going, so come on out, have some fun. Let's raise some money for CFL Fans Fight Cancer. Some great prizes given away there as well, too. So if you got nothing to do, even if you have something to do, cancel it that night, do it another night, go to this event on March 7th.
Or bring whoever you were planning on hanging out with that day and go to the event instead.
And bring your money.
I got the bobsled results. Austin Taylor and Shaq Murray Lawrence got 18th. Dearborn and his partner Mike Evelyn got 23rd. Out of 28.
You know what? Just getting there. You can finish 28th out of 28th. That's still pretty cool.
You're still at the Olympics. Anybody who sits there and derides Olympic athletes for where they finish, congratulations, you were still there.
Yeah.
Well, the people commenting were watching from their couches, probably eating a bag of chips, which is a great way to watch the Olympics. Don't get me wrong, but
I stand by the Olympics needs just to send one average Joe out there to show what they would do.
Yeah.
Just to
Pros
show
versus Joes
tribute
was a great show. Do you remember that show? That Pros versus Joes?
Yeah, it was
Fantastic.
on TNN.
Yeah.
Yeah, around slam ball and roller jam.
CFW.
Yeah.
Usually around roller jam.
Yep.
I was a big New York Enforcers fan. That was my team.
Well, with the quad father, Mark D'Amato.
Yeah, he was the bald guy, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Why do I know this?
He looked like Goldberg.
He did, actually.
I honestly thought it was Goldberg for a little bit.
Goldberg on roller skates.
I met Friday nights on TNN. Man, that was a special time as like a 13-year-old boy. That was
God, you were
roller
13.
jam, or Spike TV, whatever it was called back then.
TNN first, because
TNN then Spike TV.
Because when ECW was on there, it was TNN, and they didn't change into Spike until after WWE was on.
Yeah, roller jam.
Did not expect a Spike TV reference on our show today, but here we are.
Didn't they brought back roller jam a couple years ago too, didn't they?
And slam ball too.
And slam ball, yeah. And slam ball was so cool. We need a football version of slam ball.
Just trampolines.
Yes.
Oh man.
Collision mid-air. Good Lord. That'd be awesome. That remind you, collisions in midair. Did you guys see this new thing that's going?
They're running when they're doing the Oklahoma drill at each other. Oh
yeah, and they run straight into each other. That is awesome. I love it. If you're stupid enough to do that, you deserve all the CTE.
Oh, so dumb.
Wow.
Seriously, how stupid do you have to be in that?
Just run at each other full bore, no pads. It's dumb.
That's
like
way better than that slapping one.
Oh yeah, power slap. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them are beyond ridiculous. The fact that that's television right now is yikes.
back in the 90s, we were watching what? American Gladiators. Let me shoot a tennis ball at you.
Hey, that's coming back.
Is
Again.
it? Again?
And it should. That show was
Yeah.
fantastic.
All right, back to football.
Yeah, back to football.
Let's get to the Churchill Brewing Company odds and end zones. These are a couple of things that I was looking forward to talking about. First one, something that pertains to the CFL potentially. The NFL won a grievance over the NFLPA to stop their team report cards. This was basically Woody Johnson, the owner of the New York Jets. It was his idea to really push to get rid of them because he was graded an F by his players. Worst owner in the NFL. Amenities suck. The whole point of this, obviously, it's an anonymous survey through the members, and they grade their own team on whatever. We talked about it not too long ago here at the CFL ones. But it holds teams and in the NFL owners accountable. And Woody Johnson, I mean, when are billionaires ever really accountable for their actions? Doesn't happen very often.
If it ever happens, it'll be the first time.
Yeah. And you say something bad about a billionaire, you're fired. Like, that's basically what happens. And this is exactly what happened with this thing. So I'm curious to know what this grievance, I haven't read too deep into it. I don't know if they even mentioned it, but what the wording of it that the NFL won in this grievance. Because is that something that could happen here in the CFL? Because we've seen teams improve here in the CFL on their amenities for players, how they treat them, the food. Obviously, Calgary is happy they have a microwave for their breakfast now. So, I think it's more important in the CFL to have that accountability, just with the fact that not everybody's a millionaire playing in the CFL, and there's only 7 owners. So, in the NFL, it's 32 owners, and they're all making hundreds of millions of dollars. So, is this something that, do you guys think this will have any kind of effect on the CFLPA report cards?
Honestly, no. I think, to me, it seems like the teams read those report cards and actually respond to them and follow along with them and take them seriously. That never felt like a thing down south. I don't think I ever heard of stories of teams failing and trying to make changes. They didn't have to make changes. They were making hundreds of millions of dollars. They don't care. They're not making that money up here, and losing the ability to sign players and guys wanting to go elsewhere is a much bigger deal up here. So I don't see it being something they follow. I think it's a good thing up here. I hope it doesn't take effect, because those are fun.
So part of the reason why the arbitrator ruled against the PA was it felt the PA was putting their thumb on the scale of some of these things. They found that the methodology wasn't scientific. It was basically the PA advancing causes or things they wanted to put out there, a narrative on certain teams, essentially. They didn't find it was fair and balanced and actually had any scientific method. In fact, one of the things they complained, one of the points the arbitrator noted was either players didn't write the comments, or if they did, it was based on stuff said by other players but was made to sound like a player said it, or they picked and chose which comments they were going to use instead of just putting it all out there. So, for instance, the Woody Johnson guys may have just trashed Woody Johnson, or not, and it made it sound worse, that type of thing. That's just an example. I don't know if that actually happened or not. But so that was the reason why the arbitrator found that the were not fair. The PA said they're still going to do this. They might not make it public, although Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk today is saying that don't worry, the PA is going to find a way to get these out there.
Of course they will. Hey, Adam Schefter, you want to see this?
Yeah. So it's they're coming out. It's just how they get out and in what format do they get out? Is it going to be in a different format, or are they going to adjust their methodology? Are they going to show their work? That's probably part of it. I'm guessing if they show their work on how they got there, they might be able to get these out and be re-arbitrated again.
Did I accidentally CC Adam Schefter on this email to 32 owners? Oops. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You mean Adam Schefter's not Arthur Blank? Whoops. I don't know. Will it affect? I guarantee you, if I'm the CFL teams, if I am Amar Doman, I am trying to find the exact same loophole that the NFL teams used, because let's face it, he didn't look that good coming out of those report cards. I don't know. I think shame. I know there are a bunch of the older guys in the league, like your Suitses and your Lukes. They aren't fans of these because, well, back in our day, we didn't have this. But shame is an amazing tool to bring those in power to account. So I like them. I really do.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, we hinted at it, the UFL. And Greggy, I know you were looking forward to this one.
It is so dumb. This is like
It's the UFL one.
okay. I can, before you tee this up, I just want to start this off by those complaining about the CFL changing rules. At least some of these rules make sense. The fact that these spring leagues need to come up with like circus type rules and gimmicks to make themselves relevant tells you how it's not the fact that people are 4-down football fans, they're NFL fans. And these guys are doing whatever they can to grab eyeballs. So we might be like 2 years away from the UFL actually having trampolines on the field, like we were just joking about, because this is ridiculous of what they're planning on doing. Okay, go.
The UFL has a new rule where you aren't allowed to punt the ball once you cross midfield, no matter what. So
And when you cross,
so you get to the your opponent's 49-yard line. You stall out from there. You have to go for it. 4th and 10 from the 49 instead of punting and trying to pin the other team deep. Or conversely, let's say you get to the 20-yard line. Henry Burris missed snap, fumble goes back. You're back at the 49-yard line. You lose 29 yards. All of a sudden, it's 4th and 39. You have to go for it, and you have to get to the 10-yard line.
but even then, if you cross to the 49-yard line and you get the Henry Burris snap and you're on your own 30, you can't punt the ball anymore.
I'm sure there'll be some sort of wording where if you get back into your own side of the field, because I can't imagine you get to the 49.
No, they made that clear.
No, they made that very clear in that video I sent you guys. Once you cross that line, it doesn't matter if you get blown back. Once you cross it, you cannot punt.
I'm sure they'll change something, though. The day that the game one, when you get to the 49-yard line, your quarterback gets sacked 2 times or 3 times in a row, you're back on your own 20-yard line, they'll make an exception.
I don't think they will.
Go for it that week 1, but I guarantee week 2, they'll change it. Okay, well, if you fall back, then you don't have to.
But that won't. What happens then if you take a sack back to the 50 and realize you're not going to make it? You knee it down to the 49 to punt it away. Teams will do that kind of crap as soon as you make a loophole like that.
Strategy.
100%.
The biggest thing with this is what the CFL is trying to do, but without the massive gimmick. They're trying to force offense and make the game, open up the game and get those touchdowns. That's what they want, but this isn't going to do that. You're not going to suddenly score more touchdowns because you can't punt from the 49-yard line. You're already seeing teams in the NFL go for it on 4th and 5, 4th and 4, that kind of thing, around midfield as it is. This isn't going to open it up in any way that they think it will. And it reminds me so much of the gimmicky nature of the original XFL, which, great, own it, be the gimmick league, but stop trying to pretend you're football.
I don't like it. I like give me some punter porn, man. Like seriously, I like those coffin corner kicks. There is nothing sexier in football than watching a kicker blast the ball out at the 1 yard line, or the ball rolls, bounces, and goes right out of bounds at the one. There is nothing better in football. That is just beautiful stuff.
What I see this doing is going to lead to a lot of badly attempted field goals, and it's just going to be back and forth constantly. Like, this is not going to help their scoring problem at all.
We're just going to see 60-yard field goals all the time.
Yep.
Except misses. Because if you're making regular 60-yard field goals, you're probably in the NFL.
You're Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah, you're Brandon Aubrey that had to go through the UFL to make the NFL. Like,
would you guys be in favor of this coming to the CFL?
No.
I'm not saying it will.
No.
Don't
even put that out there as a possibility.
This is way too gimmicky. Like, I think even the biggest Johnston apologist isn't going to defend this one. Like, there's no way.
It's indefensible by anybody.
I will tell you this: it's not going to make me want to watch the UFL.
Their uniforms make me not want to watch the UFL, and I got too many fights of those yesterday.
You're done with that? Or did that bleed over to today?
I forgot to tell you, he came back around today, and he actually tagged an actual graphic designer in it, and the guy's like, "Yeah, no, what he says is right." I'm talking about me, and then the guy's like, "Oh, okay, what do we say?" You don't mess with the logo snob, guys.
Gonna deactivate his account.
Yeah, I hope he did. I didn't check if he did. He should.
Imagine losing an argument to a CFL logo snob. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
One other thing this week we want to talk about, and this is a question Jason Davis on YouTube posted from last week on last week's show for us. Asked us who our top 5 active quarterbacks are in the CFL. I'm pretty confident all of us are going to have the same 5. Orders might be jumbled up, but I don't.
Trevler.
Sorry, say that again.
Chris Trevler.
Well, yeah, but
Tommy
he's not
Stevens.
active in the CFL. That's the problem.
Okay, Tommy Stevens.
Yes.
No, of course it's Zach Bo, and this is not in any order. Trevor, Zach Bo,
Zach
Rourke. I gotta get to 5.
Him play the last.
I gotta get to 5. Who are you gonna put him? Cody?
Well,
Okay, we got Cody.
literally anybody else. I don't even know if I have Zach Toleros in my top 8 right now. The way he's played the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
Having him at number 2?
Well, no, I said this is in no order. Like, I'm guessing
I
he's
ignored that
at my
part.
5th. He's at my 5th at best. So, sorry, I'm sorry, I forgot Alexander. Okay, Zach's off, Alexander's on. So there you go. So he's 6, but still.
If we're talking legitimate talent, personality aside, I would go, well, Trevor Harris is on that list. Bo Levi Mitchell is on that list. I hate to say it, but Chad Kelly is on that list.
No.
Talent is, assuming he comes back to his 2024 form, it's hard to argue.
I'd argue.
Now,
it.
again, I hope he doesn't, and I hope we don't see him on the field again, but talent-wise, it's hard to argue. And obviously, Nathan Rourke is on that list.
Yeah. Again, no particular order. Rourke is on there. Harris is on there. Bo is on there. Probably going Vernon on there as well too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And Davis Alexander.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk lately that the league's not in good shape, but there's some decent young guys in there. Nathan Rourke, Davis Alexander. There's issues at the top with your guys like Zach Caleros, Trevor Harris, and Bo Levi Mitchell, who are up there in age. But there's still some decent aged younger quarterbacks. Hopefully that can carry the league the way guys like Trevor Harris and Bo and the like have.
And for those that don't like Bo, I'll tell you his best quality right now is giving Steve the finger at CFL Week.
100%.
That was fantastic. Never thought
But-
somebody flipping me off would make me like them more, but
But let's be honest here. We are probably 1-2 years away with Bo, Trevor, Zach,
Yep.
and Cody all out of this league. I don't think the league's ready for that right now. Like the next level needs to step up, and they need to step up now because a lot of these backups aren't showing what they can. And we've already seen Jake Mayer, and he's no longer the answer that Calgary thought he was when they let Bo walk.
The old gray mare ain't what she used to be.
and Alex has never been happier.
I'm not dropping my pants for that one. Greg will get that reference for sure.
I got it. Yeah.
I don't want to know.
It's a Simpsons. What other things do we reference here? It's a Simpsons reference.
I'm aware. It's either Simpsons or wrestling.
It's the crazy old man dancers.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, I'm with you guys on quarterbacks. Like, yeah, the starting quarterback is pretty good in the CFL right now, but it's like you said, Greg, it's that depth.
Like remember, like
But that's always been the way in this league for as long as I can remember. You've had your 3 or 4, 5 stars, and then question marks. There hasn't been a lot of years in our lifetime where there have been 9 or more solid starting quarterbacks.
I don't know that 90s stretch, and yes, the Riders had some trouble issues with their quarterbacks, but you had Calgary 1, 2, 3, all those guys legitimate starters. You had BC. You like the amount of
30
like,
years ago, though.
Yeah, I understand that, I get that, but we've talked about this for a while now. All across football, there is a quarterback downturn, and I think a lot of that has to do with systems. Because once you build your system, you find the athlete to your system, and that's it. And you start to pigeonhole these guys. You're not making quarterbacks anymore. You're making system guys. It's rare that you're going to find a guy that's going to work out anywhere. It's not the same as it used to be.
Still can't believe you put Zach Claros immediately in your 5, and then
hey, TSN made him the #1 player for like 3 years running, man. I got stuck in a loop here. Got stuck in a time loop.
Even as Bombers fans, they won't put him in their top 5.
But yes,
I legitimately forgot about VA. I legitimately forgot about VA, and I legitimately forgot about Matthew Alexander. Or Matthew. That's a guy I work with.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
You really forgot about Alexander when you don't even remember.
I did. A guy I worked with, I called him out in the air.
Forgetting Vernon Adams. Now you've got me messing up. Forgetting Vernon Adams on this list is basically the story of his career. He's always been the afterthought, but he's been a solid player forever.
But he is that ultimate roller coaster, though, right?
Yep.
But when he's on, he is very, very tough to beat. That just usually happens at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it just seems like he starts the year so promising. It was like he's turned the corner, and then either he gets dinged up or something happens, and it's good VA, bad VA, constantly.
Yep.
Do you think the Riders dodged a bullet with that one? Because Chris Jones brought him in. He was here. I'm waiting for him to show up in your once a Rider on Remember That Guy. Did we dodge a bullet by him not getting any playtime and going elsewhere?
I don't honestly. I think we slowed our growth. To be honest, I think this team could have functioned very well underneath him if they would have gave him a shot. They just never gave him a shot. I think those really down years immediately out of the Chris Jones defection could have been a lot better with him on here, or with Chris Jones here, I guess. 2016, 2017 sucked.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we started. If we could podcast through those years, we can podcast through anything.
There are some lean years doing this show.
My favorite thing about that VA, that trade to bring him in, and I'm like, And they redid the photo shoot with him wearing number 3. I'm like, Ricky Collins wears number 3. Did they just give him Ricky Collins' number? Next day, Ricky Collins traded.
Forgot about Ricky Collins.
Great personal branding. Ricky Collins had great personal branding. Just so you know.
Average.
It was great.
Depends who you ask, I guess.
The designer says it's great. I'm just telling you that right now.
Yeah, they would. One more thing before we go here, and this is the Banjo Bowl bus trip presented by Engelheim Charters. It's a go. Good news. If you've been on the bus trip before, check your emails. Steve, you can blast it out now.
It's on its way.
Perfect. Check your emails. Info's coming out. So 2 nights in Winnipeg, doing the Friday, Saturday trip again, and coming back on the Sunday, September 11th for that Friday detour or Friday drive up to Winnipeg. Join us and a bus full of Rider fans going to the Banjo Bowl. The curse is over. We won there twice last year. We won the Banjo Bowl. We won the one that mattered as well, too, the Grey Cup in Winnipeg. Yeah, that's right. Bombers suck. Won it in there.
I found this on the floor at Banjo Bowl. Kept it ever since. Bombers suck.
Good luck charm, honestly.
Yeah.
It's going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to it. We're able to keep the prices the same as last year, which is excellent. So early bird, full details you'll get in the mailbox. If you haven't been on the bus trip before, you're interested in this, we're going to send out the full details. What are we doing next week? I think, guys, we're going to release
March 1st for the public.
Yeah.
Give the dedicated some time to get on. But yeah, March 1st, full details out to the public. Yeah.
So
we only do one bus, so once it sells out,
she gone.
that's it.
And we'll say this, the grand prize. Last year, we gave away a fully customized rider jersey. Really happy that we were able to do that. This year, I think we upped it up a notch with our grand prize. Someone on that bus is going to be walking away with one of those. If you're watching the show right there, a George Reed signed, framed jersey. I'm super pumped to give that one away.
Can I be entered into
I
the
want
draw?
a second one here, but
I'm coming on the bus. Can I win?
If I don't come on the bus, can I win?
are you paying
If
for
you
it?
don't come on the bus, that's a prize for everybody.
Yeah. So there you go. I think by addition, by subtraction, I should win.
That's a good point. We'll consider it.
Okay.
But yes, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if you can really tell really up close if you're watching the stream, but that is a signed George Reed jersey, and we are giving another one of those away. You can't have mine. Okay, sorry. But it's going to be basically exactly like that. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to give away a George Reed signed, framed jersey on the bus to one lucky person who wins the draw for that. But the only way to get it on that, you got to come to the Banjo Bowl on our bus trip sponsored by Engelheim Charters. So if you've been on the bus trip before, want to go again, check your emails. All the info is there for you to the public. March 1st, we'll break that out, have a big release on that, and let's go to Winnipeg and have some fun.
Best weekend of the year every year, especially now that it's a weekend.
And
I
then
love the fact they're going to Winnipeg.
So look forward to that Simpsons meme coming out. That's it. Back to Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
And we will leave it there this week for the show. Piffles Podcast is brought to you by our great friends at Dairy Queen on Elphinstone Street and Sass Drive in Regina. Special thanks, of course, go to Kathy Festian of Royal LePage Next Level, Churchill Brewing Company, District 306, Regina's tactical laser tag experience, Bigfoot Vodka, and Creasy's Premium Home Leisure Jacuzzi Spas for their support, making everything possible. Thanks for watching on SaskTel Max TV on demand, watching the live stream, or listening wherever you get your podcast. We appreciate it. And contrary to what Chris Trevler said, that was a couple of years ago. We hit our 100,000th. We're way past that now. These last 2 years, the
Blows
growth
my
is
mind.
incredible. So thank you, everyone. If you're day one listeners, if you're listening for the first time, hope you enjoyed. we have a lot of fun doing it. So thank you. This is Ghost Behind Your Mind by Tyler Gillert.
The ghost behind your mind are waiting for you. I won't pretend to be blind like I have for so long. The ghost behind your mind are waiting for you.
Thank you for being such a big supporter and fan of the CFL and myself personally.